In this tutorial, we're going to continue the previous tutorial and show you how to create a master detail form. Let's first enter some data to prepare for this task. I'm opening the students table, and remember we have students which can have major, so I'm going to just enter like MIS. It has to be the specific major that we have created. For instance, if I enter something like accounting 2, the system will complain and say there's no such major exists in the major table, and that's a violation of the data integrity constraint defined by the relationship between the major table and the student table. The foreign keys value has to exist in the table where it's used as a primary key. So we're done. This is okay. Now if we come back to major, I'm going to show you first the quickest way to create a so-called master detail form under the condition that there is a relationship, one-to-many relationship between a table to another table. In this case, major may have multiple students, but a student can only claim a single major. So we started with major, which is so-called master, and we create form. Right away we got a master detail form. This is a master detail form. Major is the master. All the students who belong to this major is considered detail form. So I have 2 accounting students. I can scroll. Let me maximize this. I can scroll to the next major, finance, which has 1 student. MIS has 3 students. As you can tell, this navigation bar at the bottom, I can navigate different major. Within the major, I can use the navigation bar in this subform, we call this subform, to navigate each of the row. So this actually already complete the task of creating a master detail form. It's pretty simple, and you don't really need to do much, but just setting up the master detail relationship and populate data if it's needed. So we're going to save this. I'm going to call it major master detail. Okay. I'm going to show you how to create master detail form through another approach. Once again, assuming the student table has student majors data being entered. And let's switch to form. And I'm going to create a new form through the form wizard. For the major table, I'm going to choose all the column, only 2 columns. In this case, columnar format, default style, and just call it major master form. So this is the major master form. So far so good. I'm going to just leave it here. I'm going to create another form. In this case, I'm going to use the form wizard again. Create a detail form for student. I'm going to choose all the students. I'll leave the major ID as a selected field, although technically it's really not necessary. Continue. I'm going to choose datasheet layout to display multiple row of student. Default style. So this is the student detail form. You just save it. Come back and close it. So that's the student form or student detail form that we have just created. Let's open the major master form that we created earlier. Click Home, switch to the design view. Let's leave enough room here in the major master forms. We can add a lot of additional form control in this current form. One of the control is called subform. And we're going to choose the student detail form that we created earlier as a subform and place that in this master form. And we will ask the system to show all the students for each record of major using the major ID. And we just call this students in a major. Let's first take a quick look. Let's go to the design view. Let's give this enough space. And let me maximize this access window. If you click the datasheet view, you'll find out that you can choose different major, and within each major you can scroll one student at a time like this. Let me see whether I can change the design here. Make this a little bit smaller. And switch over, and that's better. So this is another way to create the master detail forms. If you save the master form again, this master form now is actually just a master detail form, which will show one major at a time, but all the students in the same major. This completes this tutorial.